Welcome to That's Good Sports AFC playoff jumblefuck of inferior teams final week spectacular. The AFC playoff picture is a little more complex than the NFC's. The same way most of our brains are far more complex than 80% of the former NFL players hired by the NFL Network. Right now, the Patriots, Steelers, Jaguars, and Chiefs all have clinch spots. The Ravens and Titans are in with wins, and the Chargers and Bills are in the hunt, which means there could be some weird tie-breaking scenarios, and the most exciting game to end the regular season may be the Jaguars versus the Titans. Crazy. Let's look at how all of this could play out over the weekend. I've got big dick shoutouts for my newest Patreon donors: Jeff Maddox, son of Greg, Rye Guy, Jameson, heir to the whiskey fortune, Joseph Ledesma, and Dimitri Jordan for $10 monthly donations. Look, if you like football videos with bad jokes and lots of fuck words, consider keeping me from taking a job testing butt plugs again. And donate to this channel at patreon.com/thatsgoodsports. Your monthly donation will keep me alive and comfortable when I'm sitting, if you know what I mean. The Steelers and Patriots could swap top spots if the Patriots somehow lose to Bryce Petty and the Jets. Bryce Petty, in 2.5 games, hasn't had a QB rating over 50 or thrown for more touchdowns than interceptions in a single game. No, I'm not saying a Jets win can't happen. Just as I wouldn't say there's no way cross-dressing homing pigeons high on OxyContin will ever fly out of Bill Belichick's ass to deliver his daily Patriots report to Robert Kraft as he consumes the blood of Satan. I wouldn't say that would never happen. The Steelers will play the winless Browns this weekend. Cleveland can join the 2008 Detroit Lions as the only team in NFL history to finish a season with 16 losses. The chances of the Browns winning are the same as the Jets, except the pigeons flying out of the asses for the Browns just wear standard clothing instead of cross-dressing. So slightly better odds. Now, if the Ravens and Titans lose and the Chargers and Bills win, the Chargers and Bills are in, and the Ravens and Titans are out. The Chargers get in over the Bills in a tie because of the murdering of Nathan Peterman, and because in that tie-breaking scenario, the quarterback who fathers the most offspring is given the spot, which goes to Rivers ahead of Flacco, obviously. The Bills with an identical record as the Ravens get in because the tiebreaker there is determined by which fan base racks up the most money in medical bills each season. On average, Bills fans spend about $86,000 per fan, more than any other fan base. Look, the AFC playoff picture is a clusterfuck right now. The Titans have an advantage over the Ravens in a tie because of a head-to-head win. The Bills are in most need of help with a loss to the Chargers earlier in the season, and the time that they said Hawaiian QBs should stay on the island, forcing the NFL to side with the Titans in a tie. As long as two of these teams lose, the Ravens are in, but I haven't really jumped into a three-way tie scenario yet because every time I say the word three-way, I get an erection. So if I have made you even more confused, the best way to determine what could happen here is hang logos of each team on your bathroom wall, take a shit in your non-throwing hand, and toss it at the logos. Whichever sticks has the best chance of being in the playoffs next weekend. There will be 4 teams in the AFC for the wild card round. That's all I'll guarantee at this point. The 10-5 Jaguars at the 8-7 Titans, and the Titans at home are 3-point favorites. Jacksonville has already clinched and really doesn't have much to play for except seeding ahead of Kansas City, which also doesn't really matter unless the Steelers and Patriots both lose in the divisional round. If that happens, the Jags could secure a home field game for the AFC Championship. Tennessee played a close game but lost to the Rams last week. They have everything to play for, but have lost their last 3 in a row. So what are you doing, Tennessee? Tennessee and Jacksonville are recent victims of the rise of Jimmy Garoppolo. I'll go ahead and pick Tennessee to win, And I say that as someone who believes Jacksonville may upset a big team in the playoffs. They destroyed both the Ravens and Steelers once already this year, and next to Pittsburgh, I think they're the only team that could actually defeat New England. Yes, even with Blake Bortles in the playoffs. So I say the Titans win, which could set up back-to-back games between both teams, maybe. Or do the Titans need to lose and have the Bills and Chargers lose for that to happen? Either way, I want to see the Jags and Titans play each other 3 times this year. That's always fun. The 8-7 Bills at the 6-9 Dolphins. And even though the Bills' playoff hopes are on the line, they are only 2-point favorites. This is the game I am betting on with my free money from BetDSI. I think the Bills will win, and I think it will be by more than 2 points. Now let me tell you why. Don't get me wrong, I believe head coach Adam Gase is one of the most competitive coaches in the NFL, and he won't be taking this final game against a division opponent lightly. But do I believe Jay Cutler in what is probably his final game really gives a shit if he ends his career on a win? No. He already ended his career last year with the 22-16 loss to the Giants. So I don't bet on Jay Cutler coming out and lighting it up. The Titans and Ravens both play their final games at the same time as Buffalo, which means when the game starts, the Bills still have a chance at getting into the playoffs, which to me means they will play to win the game. Finally, we've got the 6 and who cares Bengals at the 9-6 Ravens. Baltimore, with everything to lose, are 9.5-point favorites in this game. Some people believe the Bengals are going to play their little hearts out since it's probably Marvin Lewis's last game as the Bengals head coach, but considering they haven't shown up for him when it mattered the most the last 14 years, I don't think they'll do it on Sunday. Although now reports are saying Marvin Lewis may end up in a front office job for the Bengals and that they will try to hire Hugh Jackson as their next head coach if Hugh Jackson gets cut by the Browns. Talk about shit only people in Ohio care about. Who the hell are the Ravens? We still don't know. They lost corner Jalen Hill to injury, making him the 4th corner to hit the IR list this year for the Ravens. I don't know if Baltimore is better than the Chargers, but they do control their destiny. This season, the Ravens have pitched 3 shutouts, once against the Bengals already, 1 against the Dolphins, and 1 against the Rodgerless Packers, but have also lost 44-7 to the Jaguars and twice to the Steelers. I believe Baltimore will win, probably not by 9 points, and we will see how far a team with a great defense who is thin on corners and 0 wide receivers can make it in the playoffs. Right? Baltimore? I think they're the best out of the Chargers, Bills, and Titans, but I don't know. That's where I'm at. Great analysis, huh? Yeah, I really cleared that up for you. Really cleared that shit up for you. This episode is sponsored by BetDSI.com. There is a link in the description. Use my promo code GOOD25 and BetDSI, one of the best sports books out there, is giving you $25 free to wager however you want. You can bet on any game, any sport. BetDSI is simply giving you $25 free to try to turn into more dollars for you to put in your pocket through sports betting. Is there risk? Of course there is. But if you're savvy, maybe you turn free money into more money. Please subscribe here on YouTube. I really appreciate your subscription because instead of money, I have chosen popularity to be the thing that makes me feel valuable as a human. Share these videos on Facebook. Give me a follow on Twitter @BrandonPerna. If you want to talk football, I'm there to talk the footballs with you.